G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for episode number 28 of my Chaos Warlock playthrough, where this episode we're going to be starting Forgotten Gods. The end of last episode did a little bit of farming, so I've just been and cleaned up the inventory. I believe the Arcana Weave cord is about the only thing that I'm planning on using that I picked up. Yeah, I don't think I added anything else. So, let's get started on Forgotten Gods. Now, I came through the portal kind of off-screen, but that's all I did. Let's actually have a look here at this Soleil stuff. Just see, we can't buy any of this anyway, don't have enough reputation, but we are close. And some of this could be okay. The Warped Seal is pretty good for skill points, and that's about it, really. I don't think I can actually use these just due to resistances, so they're kind of off the menu. Similar story with the Void Tome here. Yes, the percentage chaos damage would be nice, but I don't think I can afford to lose the Pulsing Shard just yet. And then at the end here, obviously, we're a decent ways away from doing that. So, let's go down here and speak with Kanatha. The other Kanatha, and let's get this over with. So this should all die pretty quickly. Just double check I'm actually in ultimate. I am. And oh, he's nice and reflective. Let's see if we can kill his friends while he's all spiky. Or not. We'll just blast through him. Alright, down he goes. Turn the loot off. Alright, everybody's dead. So I did see a purple item there, and a couple of compelled wraiths, but honestly none of that's going to be something I want to use. So we'll pick it all up, and I'm going to sell it all. Also, when you first get here in Ultimate, I believe, you get a quest. Nope, not quite yet. Maybe after I speak to the emissary that'll become active. It's just free XP. Right, so I will speak with them. I am going to join up with... Who am I going to join up with? So I did Soleil in normal. I've skipped elite. What I should do is either Bismail or Drieg for the reputation, but I think what I'm going to do is Soleil for the same reason, and then I will update the others once I get to 90, or once I get to 100 rather.
So, the servants of...
Okay, I'm going to pick up all these quests here, and we'll find his artifacts. We'll pick up Old Mate's toy, and yes, now we have this quest available. So this quest is really easy. You just agree to it, come to the cult supplier here. Selling all this junk is not part of the quest, but you just pick up a merit. Quest complete, 10,000 XP, and then you sell it straight back. Up to you if you actually want to use these. Obviously, if you're playing more than one character and don't want to play a fresh start, then you will need those, but for me, I prefer fresh starts, so I'm going to leave that. Okay, I believe, at this point, we are ready to... Why is he listed as a star? I don't know. We're ready to head out the front door. Now, we're going to be doing a little bit of running past everything, not really messing with them. Also, as long as we are revered with Mammoth, let's go get some XP pots. As long as we're doing quests, it's probably a good idea to use them. Double XP is hard to argue with.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
So I'm just going to buy 6 of those, chuck them in here, and use them as we go. So I think they're a decent amount of time, maybe an hour each, something like that, I forget. And honestly, it doesn't really matter. They are longer than the usual length of these episodes, so I generally finish the episode with time remaining and just kind of don't use it. So it can be worth killing all this stuff as well, just for the XP. I mean, that pack is a decent chunk. What's that, 3%? Just for killing all that. So if we do the same here, Probably another 1 or 2% here. Yeah, I'd say that's maybe 1.5%. But with the XP potion, we will be gaining a lot more XP decently quickly. So we've found another reflective monster. These things are actually getting a little bit irritating. It's just based on how many of them there are. Okay, Death Guard Sigil, probably not, but we'll have a look at it. Okay, so Death Guard Sigil. Yep, so that's acid and cold. Yeah, we're not using that. Oh, there's a totem back there as well. You definitely want to do totems, just in general, but also especially when you have an XP potion active, because there are a lot of heroes come out of them. Although this one's just a regular savage, so maybe not quite so many. Everything putting the beam on cooldown is also lots of fun. Regenerator, Frenzied. Is there a defender in here too? There is a defender. Lovely. If I can take out the defender or the regenerator, preferably both. There we go. Nice little combination there. Combining to make them absolutely obnoxious. Okay, let's see the loot. So we got Enchanted Earth. Really good sort of, I don't have anything better kind of component. Health regen, and armor percent. All really good stuff to have. Again, if you don't have something better, that's usually what I'll fill armor components with. Bloodspill Cleaver, don't really care. Nightshade's Reach is an interesting two-hander. I've tried to make a couple builds with it, and they always kind of feel like they would be better as anything else. Astral Leg Wraps. No. They're not horrible, for sure, but just no. Okay, actually, I'm going to kill these. At least some of them. As long as we're here, actually, let's head back this way, and we can go under this little bridge. And in here, there's a couple of lore notes. And obviously the glamorous chest. So glamorous. But that little hole in the ground there has a couple of heroes in it as well. So I'm going to duck in here. And I think this is the one... Yeah, this was the one I was thinking of. So I'll just pick these off. There should be 2 or 3 heroes in here. Don't quote me on the number. But, here's one, Margle the Rotting. Definitely taking too much damage standing in all that rubbish. And I just fat-fingered an Aether Cluster, so that's fun. Does mean we don't have any damage troubles for a little bit, but I didn't intend to use that. Okay, and we are done with that guy. And like I said, there should be 1 or 2 more heroes through this little area here. A couple bodies at least. So I'll pop those, get a little bit of extra loot, why not? I'm a little bit surprised that I haven't ran into any additional heroes. Actually quite surprised. I expected I would have found 2 or 3 more of them. I think I'm going to... Maybe ignore is the wrong word, but just walk past a lot of this stuff. It's very surprising, there's not a single other hero in here, aside from Morgul. I was expecting a couple at least. Oh well, it is what it is. So, nice little hidden area there. Usually don't bother going in there. I don't think, I'd have to check, but I don't think you get reputation from killing Morgul or whatever his name is. So I very rarely go in there. You do get loot, but it's kind of out of the way a little bit. Alright, let's go get our Temple of Osea Rift, and then kind of reassess where we're up to. So I think we do need to actually clear the Temple of Osea for Soleil. So we'll have to go in there and kill the last boss. Not a problem, just not my favorite area in the game to have to go clear. Alright.
That skill's not ready.
Probably should be killing more of this. Definitely don't need to kill all of them, but for sure need to kill more. XP is great. Okay, I just saw that I'd hit Honored with Soleil, so I've just come back to town to grab this. And I'm also going to vendor all this stuff while I'm here as well. Now, I've already kind of decided that I don't need any of this stuff. Rift Hound, no. So I'm just going to sell all of it. And I'm going to sell that ring as well, why not? Let's eat that, let's eat the law notes, and we are good. Alright, back to where I was. Now, I'm going to be attacked pretty much straight out of the gate. Because I was definitely in combat when I decided to leave. That's fine. Who we got here? Tutankhamun? Thon. Okay, interesting name. Festablaze vestments. It's the second time I've seen those in the last sort of 15 minutes. And again, just killing stuff because XP. What's going on here? Let's just spin the camera here for a second, which I don't normally do, but I want to get a better look at what these flies are doing up here. Because the fact that they are over there kind of implies that there's maybe a secret over here, or maybe they just spawned inside the walls. I think they spawned inside the walls. That's fine. Right, so we've made it to the Temple City of Osea, or Osea, however you wish to pronounce that. This looks like somewhere you can go as well. Nope. I have successfully discovered a dead end. Yeah, I'm not as familiar with the Forgotten Gods areas as I am with the rest of the game. A lot of the time, I will actually just skip Forgotten Gods, run it once in Ultimate, and then pretend it doesn't exist. Okay, so in the Temple of Osea, you've got these lovely animated preservers, which I'm going to be intimately familiar with in the next playthrough, because I'll be farming them for the weapon. But for now, we can ignore them. I do kind of want to kind of farm them a little bit, and by farm I mean kill them as I find them. I'm not going to go looking for them. Just to kind of get an idea of how common the Corvin Storm Halberd is. I've not done a Primal Striker for a while. So let's just maybe see if I can find and kill a couple more of them. It's actually a lot fewer than I was expecting. I seem to remember there being more than just that one at the door. I think sort of down here, there might be another one. That's right, like I said, we'll farm them as we get to them. Double rare. And Glacial of Scorched Runes is not horrible, but obviously not great. And the fact that it's not on an MI just means it's extra bits for selling. And definitely running out of energy here. I think maybe some of these guys are actually draining our energy. These guys both have the Fire Halberd. What does that do? Eldritch Mark. Crippling attack and cast speed, that's fine. Internal trauma, burning. Total damage. Okay, so we're losing a third of our damage. Well, isn't that just peachy? Haven't found any actual halberds yet. So, definitely no storm halberds, but also no halberds in general. I think I'm kind of tossing up between farming the docks versus farming the temple here. As for which one is better, I'm not sure. I am starting to lean more towards the docks though, but we shall see. We'll get through the temple, see how many drop. If I get through this whole temple and get 0, then maybe that's a sign that we should be looking more towards the docks. Or maybe it's just a sign that I got a little bit unlucky. Also possible. Definitely need to get out of that rubbish. This little ramp here, I've had really big troubles with this ramp a few times. And I've actually had characters die on this ramp, which in hardcore means they were just gone. Here we go, this is a Storm Halberd. If you're ever wondering, you can tell based on the weapon they're using. They do actually use the weapon to hit you with it. There you go, Charged of Thunder. If I was playing a Primal Strike character, that would be perfectly fine to start with. I'm not, so I'm going to sell it, but, you know, if I was. Alright, he's getting healed from somewhere, so one of these idiots is healing him. I think it's this guy. Maybe healing himself, actually. Alright, got him. Quick draw gloves, no good for us. What else we got here? Woven Cask, no. Woven Helm, what do you do? Witchfire, Soleil's Witchfire. Let's have a look at that, actually. I doubt very much I'm going to be using it, but... yeah. The health there isn't terrible. So this is for Soleil's Witchfire here, which realistically is no good for this build at all. Since we don't do weapon damage, the 151 chaos damage there is completely worthless, and small percentages of vitality is not very useful, and attack speed is worthless. So again, small percentages of chaos damage, a little bit of vitality res. It's not completely useless, but it's not exactly the most exciting buff, and definitely not worth spending points on. So that helmet, yeah, it's definitely not going to be replacing the current one. Alright, we've got another Fire Halberd here. Yeah, let's just duck down here. So there is an Exalted Stash in here somewhere from memory. And if I find it, great. If I don't find it, well, it is what it is. Let's just get out of all that rubbish over there. See, this is why I don't like Forgotten Gods. Actually, that's not true. I don't mind it. There's a lot of elemental damage, and it can build up quite quickly because it's all... well, not all of it, but a lot of it is pools of goop on the floor. And the goop definitely builds up. So as long as you move every now and again, it's not too bad, but remembering to move is the hard part, especially when you're playing a build that is a channeler. Moving means you have to stop doing damage, which is it's not ideal. There's another fire one. Didn't drop it again. I think maybe fire is the default icon, or the default image. Skin? What are we calling it? We'll call it a skin. Fire is the default skin, and then because I've actually only got one drop. So maybe if it's not fire that shows up, that's an indication that it actually has a weapon and it might drop. Let's find out with this guy. You actually have a weapon, or not so much? Also, that little section of wall just allowed me to walk through it. So I'm going to investigate that. I wonder if this is maybe sometimes there's something there. Or there was something they intended to put there at some point and then didn't. I'm not sure. Alright, coming up on the boss here. There's level 89, which is lovely. So a couple more points in Doombolt. This is actually going to be doing a decent chunk of damage. Just thinking, might be worth putting Abominable Might on this and putting it there, because I should be using this on pretty much on cooldown, whereas the Soleil's Flame, not so much. I also probably should be ignoring those and just walking in. Okay, Soleil's Flame on you. Now we just pretty much blow you up. Why? Oh, I'm getting frozen, that's why. Okay. Let's just go stand over here. Try to stand under the wall. Alright. So since he keeps freezing me, I think what I'm going to do... Let's get out of that. This is actually a lot of damage. I've never had issues with this guy like this before. We might be about to die here. Nope, not quite. Definitely being interrupted a lot. That's probably the closest this character has come to death. And it's definitely a sign to check freeze resist, 17%. I think if that had been any lower, I'm probably dead. So with that in mind, I guess cold enemies are going to be a problem. So the Mad Priest may be something I want to skip for a bit. Or I could use potions, I guess. He was probably shredding resistances as well. Maybe not. Well, that would have been fun. Die just before the boss. Or just before level 100. Would have been the first character in a while that hasn't made it to 100. Fortunately, we did. Or did not die. Okay, I'm not 100% sure why I'm coming in here, actually. I guess we could... Nope, rigid shell. I'm not going back to town for crafting, so I think we just move on. I need to collect those Soleil Poultice as well, don't I? Okay, here we go. Send them back to town. I think that's enough. Just walk away from all this stuff. Alright, so what's next? We've got the eye, we've got these guys. I guess next up, or next stop is going to be the Corvin docks. I did only get the one halberd, I think. Am I wrong? No, just the one. So the docks may be a better location to farm for a storm halberd, perhaps. Okay, you can see that exalted stash just there. I don't normally come this way. Normally I go sort of around and come back down here, but may as well do it this way. Okay, Rackerjacks, definitely not what I'm after. That's alright. A few more iron bits, never hurt anybody. Okay, probably kill these, why not? Everybody important is dead at this point. Okay, oop, take him out as well. Okay, so the Corvin Titanivore should be relatively easy, or at least doable. So we'll go ahead and take him out, then we'll head up to the docks, and maybe head back to town at that point to turn some stuff in. We've got a few quests to turn in. Go, so turn left if you want the easy way to the docks, and hug the right side if you want to fight this guy. Sunder, how much do I care about the Sunder? Probably less than I should. Seems handleable. Alright, and down he goes. Not too bad. Nemesis with beasts. Okay, Kubacabra's on the menu. Okay, Eldritch Mirror, not bad, not bad. So that's going to be total speed. 5%, a little bit of vitality res. More of a pet thing, honestly, but still not horrible. So we're going to be skipping the Kalagadra spawning because, well, one, I don't have the item to do it, and two, Kalagadra would quite literally kill me in 2 hits, maybe even 1. So we're going to be skipping that. If we come over here, though, there is a nice helmet that I may end up using. So here's the Maw of Enat, and here is the Fetten Mask Ultimate version. So we get +1 to all skills, we get 2 resistances, a little bit of offensive ability, and a pile of health, and more armor than the elite version. So let's just go ahead and swap that into this particular tab. There we go. Actually, as long as we already have picked up the docks waypoint, we'll head back to town, do some quest turn-ins, vendor a whole bunch of this rubbish. And what level are we? 89. It's level 90. We'll have access to the updated faction armor. The expansion factions, that is. What was that ring? Leovinus and Bloodseal. Yeah, I thought it might have been. Okay, bank all this. Done. And now we have some turn-ins to do. We will do Anorak's brother, I think. cull the ranks, sure, why not?
Serve the
Okay, yep. Let's get rid of you. Rickard. It's a silly name. Dies with you. Okay, you want to die, let's find out. It's the end of you, and then Alicia? Whatever. May have been Alika or Alicia, now you're just a body. Okay, and then Rekka, Atron, these guys down here, and we will fight them as well. I think we're done here. There we go. And yep, we will allow them to stay, no problem. So 2 more quests to turn in, bunch more XP.
good. Serve the
Yep, and don't expect me to go rescue them. We did also pick up a devotion point reset potion and a couple of rare crafting components. All good stuff.
got something you need.
From there, I think the next place we have to go to is Vanguard of the Three, Anorak's Brothers. Oh, and we have Old Mate over here who wants to know about the hole in the ground. So this guy, Carmack? There we go. Okay. And I'm pretty much just going to ignore these. I'm not going to go bank them. Also not going to do the Shattered Realm just yet. Probably will at some point, but not for now. Let's head back out. So we've got Anorak's brother to go, let's say, rescue. Also, since we don't have the Bismail quest to go killing Watchers, we don't need Devotion Shrines, so the Cairn Docks are actually kind of a just walk through it area. Maybe should be killing stuff, actually. Should be right. We'll do this totem, though. We got nothing too scary looking. Okay, everybody dead? Oh, not quite. Now everybody's dead. Okay, so bladed plating. Not horrible. Decent amount of offensive ability on that. And Rune of Elgoloth, so none of this particularly amazing. Veil Warden is Aether. Yep. No good for us. Alright, so I think we just head to the Rift. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else in this area that I care at all about. Obviously, Anorak's brother down there, but come back for him. And we can safely walk past all this, or could also just kill it all. Decent little chunk of XP. Alright, so here's the Rift Gate. Grab that. And then I'm going to head back in. And like I said, we will be rescuing or avenging Anorak's brothers, mostly to get the quest out of my log. But also, you know, XP is XP, right? Here we go. Eat our conversation pie with Arl. And we'll go inside. So I think this is another area where you can farm the various halberds. Yep, so this guy's got fire. So does the other guy. So I'm guessing that's the default. They don't actually have a fire halberd. Seems to be what's going on. So if you're looking for a lightning one, I guess you just kind of walk past the ones that have fire. Or, I mean, you can kill them, but you know they're not going to drop it, because if they had the lightning one, it would look like they're using it. This guy's fire again. Actually, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to test this. So he's either going to drop the fire halberd or nothing. Does seem like, yeah, nothing. Alright, here is my good friend Andoran. Okay, got the quest update. Let's go downstairs. Now, I'm a little worried about this boss since he is actually... Let's just go get a freezing potion. Because I'm pretty sure this guy does a lot of cold damage. You got any freezing potions? Of course not. The one time I want them, you don't have them.
I'll keep your stash safe.
Okay, none of this is cold, is it?
I'll
Nope.
hold on to that for you.
Let's see if I picked up the blueprint somewhere. Hoarfrost ointment. There we go. I can make 14 of them. Done. So that should have done freeze res up to 80%. So we are golden. So I think Turgon, as long as I stay back, he shouldn't shotgun too badly. Or at all, really. As long as I keep my distance, it should be fine. Yep. Wonder if the ones that have the fire halberd have slightly different graphic. Both of those have the fire graphic. Both look the same. Yep, and both of them drop nothing. That is a decent pile of stuff. Good XP. There's level 90, so 10 levels to go. We're on track for killing Korvac around level 94. Be my guess, although it may be a little bit before then. We shall see. Alright, Doombolt's up to 10. We got plus 7 on that. Okay, interesting. And we'll take more points in physique here. That's offhand, isn't it? Yeah, cool. Okay, old mate laying on the floor there. I'll wake him up here in a second. What do you got? Generic fire. Yeah, I didn't drop anything. Okay, here's my exalted stash. Piran's effigy. Well... Piran's iron bits, I guess. Okay, level 90 does indeed mean that I can go shopping. So I probably should do that before I fight Turgon, but you know what? We're gonna risk it. This is definitely not the best idea I've had today. But it'll be fine. Just gonna wait on energy here. Okay, that pretty much deleted that thing. The damage on this is kind of silly. Let's actually check. Doombolt's 30,000, most of which is chaos, which is what I would expect. How is Albrecht's Aether Ray? This is per second, or per like 0.8 seconds. Where are we? Cast speed, 151%. Yeah, so it'll be about every 0.75 seconds, I think. Don't quote me on that. Where did my energy regen go? I swear I had more than that. Alright, so Turgon the Mad Priest does cold stuff. Let's try and keep our distance a little bit. There we go. Haven't been frozen yet, which is nice. A little bit worried that this guy is quite close. And all of his friends should just die in the sigil. Got him. I don't know that that potion was 100% necessary in hindsight, but had a lot of trouble with the previous guy, so I think it was probably worth using just for that alone. Just for peace of mind, if nothing else. Okay, so Anorak's brothers have been avenged, and we can now move on to the Karen Docks Rift. What was the other one called? What is this one? Corvin Sands Rift, okay. So we need to get the book for the inventor. And it looks like I grabbed that law node already in normal. Probably grabbed the next one already as well. Since we're not doing Dreeg, I don't need to worry about going into the next little mini dungeon. We can just skip that and it'll be fine. What do we got here? Dread Talon and Dread Talon's regenerating friend. And they're all dead. Lovely. This here, this bridge, you can walk under that and there's loot up there. I think it's this bridge. It's probably that bridge. Let's go find out. I'm pretty sure it is that bridge. We've got to kind of do a little bit of going around stuff anyway to get the book for Old Mate.
Can't do that yet.
And I have the feeling, yep, here we go, we're starting to go down now. That's what I was after. And we'll pick up Ren Talon, so it was all worth it. If for no other reason than the faction reputation. Which apparently I don't get for killing him. So never mind, I guess. But, yep, just here. We should be able to go under this one. Oh, it's not that bit, it's here, isn't it? Yep, this is the one I was thinking of. And we've got hidden remains here. Shadow Flame Mantle. Okay, okay. So Shadow Flame Iron Bits. Also, probably should have a look at the plan for the level 100 build, so I don't accidentally sell something that I need. But at least for now, I think we're okay. Yeah, this is a nice little hidden area that you wouldn't normally think to try and walk down. And we can head over this way and get the book that I've come here for. Here we go, this little body here. And actually, what I should do is check. Hang on. You guys could just give me 1 second, that'd be great. So if I change this to the Sigil of Consumption. Yeah, it's tab 2. Okay, I think this is per second. Which, honestly, is not amazing, but it's decent. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, so now we can head back up this way. We'll grab the Rift Gate and run by Ganavakar through the underground section, and we'll be on our way. There's a lot of stuff here. I might kill this. I think some of it has reset, but I'm not going to go back for it. It's fine. The ones that reset, they get to live. Alright, here's the rift. And this next little section, you can clear it out if you're so interested in doing, but I think I'm just going to run through it. This little hidden area off the side here has a stash in it. There's also a blacksmith over there. So if you're into that sort of thing, there's a hidden blacksmith over here. These little side areas are one of the things I really enjoy about Grim Dawn. Just being able to just find stuff hidden off on the sides. One thing when I'm playing Last Epoch that I miss from Grim Dawn is with Last Epoch you have a marker on the map and there's no point going anywhere that isn't that marker. There's nothing to explore, there's no secrets to find. Marker on the map is where you go, and there's just no point going anywhere else. So definitely one of the things I miss about Grim Dawn when I'm playing Last Epoch. But yeah, I think both games are good for different reasons, though, for sure. And I'm definitely putting Grim Dawn in position number 1 in terms of favorite ARPG. I've got what, 2,500 hours in Grim Dawn, and still playing new builds. Whereas I don't know that I'll be able to say that for Last Epoch. Alright, nearly through here. And I wonder if the big dog is going to be home on the other side here. We will find out. So if we just go down here, one of his spawning points is kind of down here in this corner. Doesn't look like he's home today. He definitely does spawn every single game. I think he has 3, maybe 4 places where he can spawn. So I'll check the 2 that are out here. And no, it's definitely at least 4. Let's turn that loot off so we can see what's going on. Maybe get out of all the goop I'm standing in. Blood Gorger kind of sounds like he steals life, but down he goes. Okay, Doomforge breastplate. Yeah, it's okay. It's definitely not for a caster, but it's alright. Soiled trousers, everybody's favorite pants. The meme builds make themselves. And for anyone who hasn't seen them before, I'll just leave this here. So the previous owner seems to have left a little surprise in the seat of these trousers, and it gives you a skill that literally has you throwing poo at things. Which is, you know, interesting. I need to head to the top of the map for 2 reasons. 1, there's a little hidden area up there that I want to grab, and 2, here's Grimoire. Yep, I managed to fat finger a crystal again. I think this build has too many buttons for my usual layout. So that was a lot of stuff on the ground. Okay, so this tree here is hiding a secret. So if we just come around the back of it, there's this little ramp up here and a hidden spoils. Okay, we've got poison everywhere, which is fun. But that's pretty much all of this area explored. So let's head on into the Vanguard of the 3. We've got some conversation pie to eat, some quests to pick up, some to turn in.
Rykins, don't worry.
Okay, and yep,
Yes, travel.
see that it's done, and this guy.
I hear you've done some.
Alright, activate the altar at the Burning Spire. I think that's going to be out there. Return to Anorak, destroy the messenger and the 3 conduits. Lovely. Alright, let's go talk to Anorak. Get that out of the way. I think that's the last quest I'm worried about for now in terms of Conclave of the Three stuff. I guess we could do rigs while we've got the XP potion ticking. Probably worth doing.
Hello.
Glad I could help. Thank you very much. And if we come up here, there's good old rigs here.
Well, look what we've got here.
So you can go through his conversation, or you could just spam click right there, and he'll give you a random green item, which is honestly kind of garbage. And if you return to him every now and again, he'll have a new quest for you, and a new item to give you. And then he'll extort you at the end. But you do want to do his quests because his actual quest is to unlock one of the skeleton key dungeons. So definitely want to do that at the end. Let's just go ahead and get rid of all this rubbish. Oh, I have that book to turn in as well. Let's see. Don't want any of this. Coming up on 5 million bits.
Put it to good use.
Might be a good start. It's definitely not enough. There we go. Alright.
Got something you need stashed.
So we've got a couple of quest items. That's fine. We'll go turn in the book for Old Maid over here. Cargan.
Greetings.
Everyone's always losing their apprentices. That is absolutely fascinating. Okay, I think we're going to call it an episode there, so thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye for now.